What if I told you most billionaires today follow the same pattern of making money? And what if I told you that you can follow the same pattern? I'm here to tell you that you can. Why didn't you learn about money in school? If you're familiar with this channel, then you know this is where you learn about money. If you are new, you will see this channel will completely change your perspective about money. Stay tuned and subscribe. What you will learn about money in this short video will change your life forever. John D. Rockefeller once said, "The most stable thing in the world is the ability to make money." After this video, you will be able to adopt that same mindset. Imagine for a minute that you could earn any amount of money you wish. This may seem like a dream. If you think it's impossible, keep watching. Today I will destroy this myth. Let's go back to John D. Rockefeller and how he made his $1 billion. John Rockefeller is the world's first billionaire. It is vitally important to learn the lessons his history has to offer. Rockefeller contributed just $2,000 to the startup capital of his first business. 1,200 of these dollars he borrowed from his father. Rockefeller's fortune was estimated at $1.4 billion at the time of his death. That would be $318 billion in today's money. Compare that to Elon Musk's wealth. One of the wealthiest men in the world, Elon Musk, is estimated to be around $200 billion. It's understandable that there is a lot we can learn from Rockefeller. When studying the biography of John Rockefeller in more detail, you realize the secret of his financial success lies in just a few monetary skills. I will reveal these skills to you, but first I would like to ask you a question. Will you commit to getting rich? Since you are watching this, the answer must be yes. Do me a favor and type yes in the comments to let me know that it is true. Just type yes in the comments now and I will give you a heart. This will help you squash any doubts you have about getting rich. These doubts must be dealt with and eradicated. Now that you have commented, let's continue with this important message. Keep track of your money. At only 7 years old, Rockefeller earned his first money on his neighbor's farm, where he helped collect potatoes and raise rabbits. Then he followed his mother's advice and made his first entry in his ledger, where he put down everything to the last cent. His ledger was a simple cash flow statement. It transformed into one of the most important tools that he used to keep track of his business's finances until his death. He lived for 97 years. Rockefeller was not born into an affluent family, quite the contrary. In fact, he grew up in a low-income household. His father was a traveling salesman and was absent for much of his childhood. Rockefeller's mother had to save money, hence she developed the habit of counting every cent, which she instilled in her children. John saw how keeping track of money helped to multiply it. His parents wanted him to go to university, but Rockefeller chose a commercial college and took accounting courses. After studying, he got a job as an assistant accountant. His love for numbers was quickly noticed and appreciated by his superiors. Rockefeller's starting salary was $17 per month. By his second month, it was already $25, and a year later, he became a manager with a salary of $800 a year. It is important to emphasize how strongly John was committed to financial literacy, and it was his monetary knowledge that became the foundation for his future wealth. Therefore, I strongly advise you to turn your attention to personal financial education. Don't be afraid to borrow. Some entrepreneurs regard borrowed money as an evil that is best avoided. Rockefeller's example shows that you don't have to fear borrowing. If Rockefeller hadn't taken the amount needed to enter the business from his father, what would have happened to him? Would he have worked his entire life as an employee? Borrowed funds were a constant companion of Rockefeller's business. He preferred to sell shares to the next investor instead of using his own money, even when he had enough of his own funds. He also invested his own money, but also kept it as a reserve. Rockefeller's first business was a small logistics company. In the first year, Rockefeller took on orders for $500,000. Money to support them soon became scarce. Even though he owed a lot of money to his father, Rockefeller borrowed the missing amounts wherever he could. It wasn't easy, but he managed to do it. It is believed that only financially illiterate people are not afraid of loans. The difference between those people and Rockefeller is that he borrowed wisely. Fulfill your obligations. Rockefeller was always careful when it came to fulfilling his obligations, no matter how difficult it was, and in the first years of doing business. He would always find the right amount by the correct date. In his memoir, How I Made $500 Million, Rockefeller recalls how his father came to his office for another loan payment at the most inopportune time. He insisted that he needed the money right then. Each creditor, including his own father, received from him the correct amount by the deadline that was set. Over time, bankers would take Rockefeller at his word. His reputation in financial matters became the best guarantee. Take heed not to forget to monitor your credit history and financial reputation carefully. Each decision has its price. Rockefeller was able to borrow without any fear and regularly fulfilled his obligations because he did not act randomly. Each decision was carefully calculated in advance. When he borrowed money, he always took into account when and how much he would have to pay back, how he would return it, and how much he would earn on borrowed funds. If he invested his own money, he calculated when and how much he would multiply it. Rockefeller invested millions of dollars in his enterprises. Rockefeller was the first in the United States to stop hauling oil in wooden barrels on horseback. He started transporting oil in tanks by rail. Trains transported his oil across the entire country. Then Rockefeller began to export oil. He required devices to transfer it from tanks to tankers quickly, so Rockefeller, at his own expense, equipped the necessary railway stations. Rockefeller also owned several iron mines. When he realized it was more profitable to transport ore on ships than on trains, he built his own fleet from scratch. Rockefeller's partners considered his innovations too risky and did not want to invest in them. In such cases, he said, "Okay, I will invest the money alone, but all the profits will be mine." After that, the partners immediately became accommodating. Everyone knew that since Rockefeller was ready to invest, there would definitely be a profit. There are truths in the world of finance that have long gone gold and are guaranteed to make a lot of people rich. That's exactly what John Rockefeller's money skills are about. Their simplicity and accessibility may scare away some people, but those who find the strength in themselves and can properly manage. If you can grasp this and find the courage to do so, you will reach your personal financial goals in no time. The most crucial part is to take risks. But don't be foolish. Take calculated risks. Not taking risks puts an end to your wealth before it even begins. Congratulations for making it to the end of the video, and thank you for watching. Please give this video a like before you go to the next one. I wish you all the success in the world, and remember, nothing worthwhile is obtained without a certain amount or risk.